In a crowded Tokyo supermarket on a rainy Tuesday evening, a 4-year-old boy accidentally knocks over a towering end-cap display of glass bottled teas. The heavy bottles shatter loudly against the wet linoleum, drawing the immediate, startled stares of a dozen weary shoppers bracing for a meltdown. His mother walks over, kneels directly to his eye level, and gently places a warm hand on his shoulder without saying a single word, simply helping him pick up the larger pieces while the store manager quietly brings over a broom. There is no crying, no scolding, and no panic, just a profound, unshakable calm that seems to absorb the tension right out of the room and replace it with quiet cooperation. You watch this unfold and immediately wonder why this child seems so remarkably composed, and why the mother appears completely unbothered by a messy disaster that would trigger a massive, chaotic reaction in almost any Western grocery store. The secret lies in a profound, centuries-old approach to child rearing that relies on quiet observation and emotional holding rather than immediate reaction and harsh punishment. The first concept is Mimamoru. Written with 2 characters, one meaning to watch and the other meaning to protect, it translates to watching over someone with a warm, protective gaze, allowing them to experience the natural consequences of their actions without immediate adult interference. The second concept is Amae. Written with a character meaning to lean and another meaning to depend, it describes the innate human desire to be loved and the comforting act of depending on another's indulgence, creating a deep, unbreakable well of secure attachment. In stark contrast, modern Western parenting often operates on a model of immediate correction and emotional reactivity. When a child misbehaves or makes a mistake in public, the cultural instinct is to intervene instantly, raise our voices, or deploy a strict timeout to stop the behavior in its tracks. We treat parenting as a behavioral management problem, deeply believing that if we do not punish a mistake immediately, the child will never learn their lesson or respect authority. We exhaust ourselves trying to control every outcome, forgetting that true discipline means to teach, not to penalize. But this constant interruption and punishment actually spikes a child's cortisol levels, teaching them to fear failure rather than understand it, and replacing internal emotional regulation with mere external compliance. The resulting dynamic breeds resentment in the child and burnout in the parent, creating a cycle of escalating conflict that leaves everyone feeling defeated. We are inadvertently raising children who behave well only when someone is watching, rather than children who intrinsically know how to regulate themselves when no one is looking. This Japanese approach is not just a nice philosophical idea, it is deeply backed by rigorous developmental science. A landmark study conducted by researchers at the University of Tokyo and published in the journal Developmental Psychology carefully observed preschool classrooms in both Japan and the United States over several months. They found that Japanese teachers frequently employed the Mimamoru approach, deliberately stepping back during peer conflicts to allow children to resolve issues themselves rather than immediately stepping in as referees. The research conclusively demonstrated that this non-intervention strategy significantly enhanced the children's emotional resilience, empathy, and independent problem-solving skills, proving that stepping back is actually a highly active and effective form of teaching. If you want to bring this profound sense of calm into your own home tonight, you do not need to overhaul your entire parenting style, but you do need to shift your immediate, automatic reactions. Here is your first tactic, which we call the 3-second anchor. The next time your child spills their milk, breaks a favorite toy, or talks back to you, force yourself to take one slow, deep breath and count to 3 before you open your mouth. That brief, intentional pause interrupts your own nervous system's fight or flight response, stimulating your vagus nerve to lower your heart rate, preventing you from transferring your daily stress into your child, and modeling the exact emotional regulation you desperately want them to learn. Here is your second tactic, which focuses on building the deep reservoir of Amae, or secure dependence, before any correction happens. Before you address a bad behavior, you must first connect with their emotional state by physically getting on their level and validating the feeling behind the action. A comprehensive longitudinal study from the University of Minnesota published in the journal Child Development, tracked children from infancy into adulthood and found that those who experienced high levels of early emotional attunement and secure dependence developed significantly better emotional regulation, stronger relationships, and greater academic success decades later. By saying something like, "I can see you are incredibly frustrated right now," before addressing the behavior, you fill their emotional cup so they are actually capable of hearing your guidance without becoming defensive. Here is your third and final daily practice, which is to consistently replace the word no with a curious question. Instead of immediately shutting down an undesirable action with a blunt command, ask a thoughtful question that forces their developing brain to shift from an emotional reaction to a logical one. If they are drawing on the living room wall, instead of yelling to stop, calmly ask them what they were trying to create or where they think the paper should go. If they are refusing to put on their shoes, ask them which shoe they think should go on first. This subtle linguistic shift moves them out of a defensive posture and invites them to participate in solving the problem, transforming a moment of punishment into a moment of quiet, collaborative discovery. When you consistently apply these small, intentional shifts, the chaotic power struggles in your home will naturally begin to dissolve. You will stop feeling like a prison warden constantly monitoring for infractions, and start feeling like a calm harbor where your child can safely weather their own emotional storms. They will learn that mistakes are not emergencies, and that your love is not conditional on their perfect behavior. You become the steady anchor in their chaotic world, showing them that peace is not the absence of mistakes, but the presence of unconditional support. This is how we raise the next generation of emotionally intelligent, deeply grounded human beings. This is the true gift of raising calm children, not through the force of punishment, but through the quiet, unshakable power of your own regulated presence. If this video shifted something in the way you see parenting, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more on how the world's wisest cultures quietly build resilient families, subscribe. There's a lot more coming. See you in the next one.